Welcome to a special soccer edition of the SIBNs Across the Table, and I'm happy to be joined by now Coach Mike McLaughlin of the Soccer Cats. And Coach, you come off a fantastic comeback victory on Saturday. Your guys really hung in there, tried to down 2-0 in a tough situation. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a great weekend for us. It's difficult to go on the road. It's difficult to play against competition of that level, and to be away. And so we were fortunate that we were able to get there Friday night and get a good night's rest and get up Saturday. And we took a tour of the campus, and then so we didn't have travel legs really, and so we were fresh and ready to go. And we really started the game strong, and we were doing well. And then about 10 minutes in, against the run of play, they scored a goal, and so. And anytime you get scored on in any sport, it's difficult, and it just is a gut check moment. And so, but we kind of rebounded from that, and we were getting at it again. And then at the end of the first half, we're still feeling strong. Come halftime, a couple minutes into the second half, they score again. And so it just as gutting as it is to go down 1-0, to go down 2-0, it's even tougher, especially on the road against a team as good as Marquette. And so, but I say this a lot, that we play our games to learn about who we are and to learn about what we're going to bring with us into the playoffs. And so you never know what it's going to be until you're actually in the moment, until you actually get challenged. And so I was really proud of the guys for how they responded.
The number 12 team in the nation in Marquette University High School going into that game, and you're on the road, you're in a tougher atmosphere, and to have the willpower to be down 2-0 like that. This team, they have not shown a ton of that, Coach. They faced some deficits. They've only been able to battle back for a tie. But how big was this for this team?
Yeah, enormous. And I can look back over the years, and every season has its hallmark game. It's game that has shown us what we're capable of doing, and this was that game. This was the defining game. It has the potential to be the defining game, and I think in a 20-minute period in that game, the team tapped into an emotion that helped them to realize who they are and what they can do.
Quite a trip, too. You said 2 nights, and it was also a way to keep on establishing that camaraderie and the chemistry heading now with 2 games left in the regular season. That's important for this team, too.
Yeah, absolutely, right. The fact that we're moving forward and there's positive momentum and the boys are feeling strong about how we're playing is really important at this time of the year.
So this week, 2 more regular season games to go, and you can't ignore the fact that you're 2 away from 300, Coach. The program is 2 away from 500.
Right.
You've said to me before, it's not a huge thought of yours, but when you took over for this program, did you ever even have that in your thought process?
No. Any coach will tell you, you just want to win games and help players to be their best, and that's it. And so these are just numbers, and these are more for record books than for people to dwell on. And it's a big, for the program, it's phenomenal. 500 victories is a testament to Doc Niddle, who started the program back in the late 70s, and to all those that have been part of it as coaches and players. And I think it's the top program in the state of Ohio right now, and I think it's an honor to all those that have just worked hard over the years to help us to be where we are today.
And this coaching staff has been fantastic at every level. And talk about what Coach Papelka, Coach Brennan, as well as Coach Henderson, and the coaches in the past, what they've been for you.
Sure, and I think a big part of our success is the fact that these coaches are all teachers here at school, and so they're connected to the students, and they're with the students all the time, and they're not viewed just as coaches, they're teachers and mentors to the players, and so all of that adds up so much. And I think of other people, Tom Healy, who was a part of the program back in the 80s and 90s, and there have just been a lot of great people, not just sport people, but just great human beings that have helped to shape our soccer players in this program. And so I think they've played a major role in things.
You take on University School Thursday, North Royalton on Saturday, and talk about both these teams. University School, a team that has been solid once again.
Yeah, sure. And they've got 2 losses, and their losses were early in the season. And so they always give us a great game. Last year was one of our toughest games of the season. We were down, and we came back and beat them in the last minute of the game. So they'll be good. They'll come here to fight. And then after that, we've got North Royalton, and it's just you want to finish strong with your season. It's the last game of the season, and so they've had a tough year, Royalton has, but they're still North Royalton, one of the top, most storied programs in the state, and so they'll give us a good battle.
Then the playoffs come around, Coach, and you being now in the district play with St. Edward, now packing them at number 2. Talk about your feelings about that and what you have to do in the playoffs.
Right. So I don't know if you know this, but we actually got the second seed.
Yes.
And so it was a little bit of controversy that we don't need to get into here, but we were the number one voted team in the city all year long and in the state, and then we went to the seeding meeting, and it was very interesting. And I think we tied a few games this year, and I think once people see that there's a little bit of an opening, I think they look for an advantage to not let us be on top. And so, but all this has done is motivated our guys to win even more. And so I think, so we're excited. We'll probably play the winner of Lincoln West and Parma, and then probably Normandy, and then it'll be Brecksville or St. Ed's or possibly even Lakewood. And so this is it. I mean, this is why we do everything we do, is to excel at this time of the year. So we're ready.
You've been on the road quite a bit this season and have had to play in a lot of tough environments. Do you feel that that's really helped this team now heading into the playoffs?
Absolutely. You look around town and there's a variety of teams that have decent records, but you look at who they've played, and hands down, we've played the toughest schedule in the state of Ohio, and so people wonder why we do well in the playoffs, and a huge part of that is what we do during the regular season and who we play. And so once again this year, we've played the best teams in the state, and so yeah, for sure, we're battle tested and ready.
This is such an exciting week, the last week of the regular season, but with all that this program has gone through, and now all of the endurance paying off here with something like this milestone coming, you talk about it's not something major to you, you think about it a little bit, but it has to be amazing for you when you think about it.
It is, yeah, and I've got a great job. I'm lucky. I really feel blessed that I've been able to work with so many amazing student athletes over the years, and truly, when you start coaching, you don't think about, I'm going to do this in 10 years, or you just do it year by year and try to make the best of things. And I'm lucky that I've been able to be at it and have a great administration and a great athletic department that's been really supportive of me and the program. And yeah, just honored to have been able to work with so many phenomenal young men over the last 15 to 18 years, and it's been an honor and a pleasure.
And Coach, when you think about all those rankings and the numbers, your biggest goal is to hold up that state championship trophy, correct?
Yeah, my biggest goal is to have the players work to be their best all the time. And I think when we work to be our best, look what it turns out. It turns out state champions. And if they take that with them in everything that they do, then we've done our job.
Well, Coach McLaughlin, thank you for your time here with the final two regular seasons coming up. And on the playoffs, the intensity will continue to grow. And thank you for spending a couple minutes with us here on the SIBN.
Pleasure. Thanks, John.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
You got it.